So I'm Helen, and the play was called Homemade, which is part of Well Performance Worlds Apart, 3 short devised shows in a night. We came up with the theme and the sort of feel of the play kind of together as a group. We just did lots of little workshops to find out what we were all interested in, and we were all interested in the theme of home. And then we kind of trying to think about what is home. Is home a real thing, or is it just a sort of idealised sort of term for where people live, or is it more like a sensation or a feeling? And then from that we started devising little scenes and taking sort of real life situations and our own situations from home, and then putting them on the stage and sort of making them bigger. So we kind of started taking real things and then making them more cartoon, more larger than life, and it all kind of spiraled from there. As soon as we started acting more cartoon, the props came about more cartoon, we started making everything ourselves, and then as we were making everything ourselves we sort of realised that it was all homemade, which is where we came up with our title of the piece, Homemade.
And how is Dad actually doing? You know he needs you more than I do.
Darling, your father
is probably sitting on the sofa, not doing anything.
What did he say then?
Not a lot. He's got a new girlfriend.
Has he? Well, what's her name then?
Tim. Hello.
Hello?
Oh,
hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thanks, yeah, great, actually, yeah.
Now I have this little set of stairs over here, and it doesn't have a wall or a ceiling, but it is surrounded by people.
So I'm George Boundy, and I'm representing the Red Thread, which had quite a long journey as a play, but from the start we were, as a group, obsessed with 3 things that was sort of fate or predetermined destiny, love and death, which is really, I think, a human thing, to be fated to fall in love and to die. Certainly death is the only certainty we have, and probably love is the next one. So we started exploring it through lots and lots of different ways. We had this storyline of a couple which we developed into a script, which kind of formed the backbone of the characters for the 2 people that you see in the play. But we left a lot of the narrative behind and focused more on the idea of fate. And we had this Chinese proverb about lovers always being bound from birth by a red thread, either around their toe or little finger. We struggled for a long time to know how to really show fate. We had fate as one person, and it was played by one of the female members of the cast, who went through lots of different phases herself. And then we decided to split it into 3 to show the 3 fates, and then we went with this idea of having 3 different gods from different religions. And then we brought it back down to a slightly more human level by having these angels. And quite recently we introduced the idea of religion and dogma being a kind of business, and that playing with actual human lives up above our consciousness is just this administrative bureaucracy.
Come on. That's it. Good. Hand behind, hand. Nice. Your couple is fated to go to hell. You have to send them there. Breaking that would be against the rules.
Well, what rules?
Well, the universe is full of rules. Without rules, without logic, everything would turn to chaos.
Hello, I'm Katie McCullough, and I'm representing the company Shoebox Theatre, which we devised Sidetracked. The name came from our process, really, of the whole journey that we've been on. We started with a completely different story to what you saw on stage today. We've gone through so many different tunnels that you couldn't believe the vast diversity of what we've had, and compared to what we have now, it's completely different. So the story, it's about a girl called Molly who she's experienced a lot of trauma in her past, and through amnesia she doesn't remember what's happened. She knows something happened and she knows that is what has triggered all these panic attacks and anxiety, but she cannot physically remember that memory. So she visits a psychologist and delves into her memories and into her childhood to find out what was this trauma that has caused her to be the person she is today. And initially we looked a lot more at memories, and we had so many, we had loads of memories, and we experienced with each other, sharing a lot of our own personal memories and what childhood meant for us, and bringing that into the stage. A lot of them were lost, but a lot of them have taken the element of that now and put it into the piece in a much more subtle way, so that it's still there for us, but if the audience don't see it, they might see it, but if they don't, it's not a complete loss.
And then it hit me, remembering he's gone. And the shock of it never seemed to lessen, at least not at first, because I was so used to him being around that when he suddenly wasn't anymore, I couldn't understand why.
Molly, this is a safe place. You can tell me how you
Smart
feel.
student.
Molly, I've told you before, we're not having Dolly in this photograph.
Why?
Because I just want a nice